Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Fishing Bay Yacht Club 2020 Awards Ceremony. This year, as you know, we had a lot to deal with. Our officers, division chairs, committee chairs, and the numerous volunteers worked diligently and enthusiastically to ensure sailing still prevailed throughout the pandemic. I'm proud to kick off our most celebrated tradition of our annual awards. Today, we will be awarding 13 perpetual trophies, along with numerous additional awards for achievement and contribution. We will start with the awards for the juniors. Now I welcome our 2020 Rear Commodore, Joe Roos, to the podium to present the junior awards.
Thank you, Tracy. Well, to begin our presentations this evening of the Junior Awards, I'd like to invite Jason Angus, our Junior Division Commander, to join me at the podium. Jason. Thanks, Jay. Now, you know, 2020 was another extremely successful year for our juniors. The club dealt with the pandemic and had successful Junior Week, race team, development team, and OptiKids programs. The programs, which were attended by over 150 juniors, were made possible by the contributions of more than 45 hardworking volunteers. These programs are really the foundation of our junior program and help the juniors take their first steps to becoming what we see as sailors for life. Building on this success are three race teams, the 420s, the Lasers, and the Opties. And our Opti and Laser development teams consisted of more than 34 dedicated sailors who did an outstanding job honing their skills and representing our club in the few offered regattas around the bay. Our team traveled to the Chesapeake Bay for several CBYR regattas, much less than normal due to the COVID-19, but still showed other clubs around the Chesapeake that FBYC produces the very best and continues to generate Caribbean sailors. While we are always a team first, we are excited to recognize several outstanding achievements tonight. So moving to the awards, the first one I'd like to introduce is the Henry E. Hutchinson Jr. Memorial Trophy. This trophy is awarded to the Opti sailor with the top standing in FBYC's Optimus Summer Race Team season, as computed via the CBYRA One Design High Point formula.
This year's award goes to the Optimus sailor who not only had the highest award, but received either a first or second place in every event that they sailed. This year's Optimus winner is Bo Angus.
Okay, next, I'd like to introduce the L. Wood Bedell Trophy. This is awarded to the junior sailors under the age of 14 who placed the highest in FBYC races during the season using the CBYRA One Design High Point system while participating in their first season in their respective race team class.
This year, we have two winners, both in the Opti and Laser class. Our Opti winner is best exemplified by knocking his tooth out and continuing to go back to the race. This year's Optimus winner is Clark Garrett. Our Laser winner this year first entered into the Laser class coming from Optis and competed in every regatta where the winds were over 20 knots. With a smile on his face, this year's winner is Noah Wenzel.
Next, the Roberts Bowl. This is awarded to the junior sailor who has shown the most improvement in their sailing techniques and competitive standing in comparison to their prior year.
This year's winner in the Opti class is Stephen Utley. In the Laser class is Josh Bandura. And in the C420 class is Georgia Wenzel and Charlotte Stoss.
The Reed Dunn Trophy is awarded to junior sailor over the age of 14 who has demonstrated outstanding sailing abilities by placing highest in FBYC race team season using the CBYR High Point system.
Because of the age limit, Optis are not in this trophy. So for the Lasers, it was Andrew Finn Suzuki, and in the C420, Skipper Walker Angus and crew Mason Chapman.
The Junior Competition Trophy recognizes the sailors that have most successfully represented FBYC in events conducted by other yacht clubs or associations, above and beyond the regular racing season.
This trophy goes to our juniors who are sailing year-round, not only across the Chesapeake Bay, but nationally and internationally. The Optimist winner this year has competed in events from Florida, Spain, California, Canada, and New York, and it made Team USA this year. The Optimist winner is Bo Angus. The Laser winner has competed in events up and down the East Coast on a national basis and competed successfully, having multiple podium finishes. This year's Laser winner is Andrew Finn Suzuki. For the C420 class, this year's winners have competed in the Triple Crown events throughout New England, Florida, and the Bay, and skipper Walker Angus and crew Mason Chapman.
Okay, next, the Carolyn Collins Trophy. This award honors the outstanding performance by our young ladies in each class of the junior program, as evidenced by their standing in our schedule's high point results. Our winners for this top year finish come from both in-club measures, from our clubs in both measures.
This year's winners in the Optimist class are the Madeline Garrett, and our Laser class is Baylor Goldthwait, and in C420 is skipper May Wallace Angus and crew Eleanor Patterson.
Okay. Our development team was one of the program's major successes in recent years. We had fantastic coaching and great participation, with the members of the team all learning what it takes, not just to race sailboats, but also to get organized and travel to their first away regattas. It was a fun season and memorial first step in their sailing careers. The Young Salt Trophy is awarded to the Opti Development Team sailor who placed the highest in FBYC races during the season using the CBYRA One Design High Point system.
We're excited that this year's winner is Aiden Ministry in the Optimist class.
The Up and Coming Trophy recognizes young development team sailors with the great potential as sailors and team members, and who have a great future at FBYC. This year, the award is given to an enthusiastic member of the team who excelled at both building his skills and increasing the competitive standing throughout the season.
If there's a junior that we have this year that exemplifies what we love about Fishing Bay and junior sailing, it will be this year's Up and Coming Trophy winner, Cyrus Garrett.
Okay, next, the Becca Boat Trophy. This trophy award is dedicated to the memory of Rebecca Clary Harris, a former FBYC junior, by her parents, Richard and Kay Clary. Her family remains very active in our junior program, both during junior week and on the race teams. Becca loved FBYC, and this award is given each year to the female junior who most exemplifies Becca's devotion to FBYC. This year's recipient loves every minute she spends on and off the water and her teammates at Fishing Bay. She can always be seen as one of the first to arrive to get her boat rigged and one of the last to leave when practice is done, usually with a stop at the pool to finish up her day. FBYC junior racing teams are also about having fun, great sportsmanship, dedication to improvement of our sailing skills, and most of all, about becoming a sailor for life.
This year, there's no better winner that exemplifies Becca's love for Fishing Bay and sailing than Ann Kinsey Wash.
All right, thank you, Jason. Now I'll turn it back over to Tracy.
Thanks very much, Joe and Jason, and congratulations to all of our accomplished juniors for the great season they had and their contributions to our junior program. And now I'll ask our Vice Commodore, Elizabeth Stoss, to come forward and present this year's Offshore and One Design Sailing Awards.
Thank you, Tracy. I'm so still impressed and proud of Fishing Bay Yacht Club and our membership. The dedication to sailing truly shined the brightest this year. What a phenomenal organization and we're truly blessed to all be a part of it. I'll go ahead and get started with the annual awards for Offshore and One Design. The first is the Performance Trophy, and this is awarded to the Fishing Bay Yacht Club enrolled yacht, finishing the greatest number of club-sponsored PHRF races. This award is bestowed and earned to Nanook by Glenn Doncaster. The next award is our Windward Start Trophy. It's awarded to the Fishing Bay Yacht Club enrolled Perf B yacht with the best score in the Offshore Fall Series. And this award goes to Bob and Lisa Fleck on Mad Hatter. The next is the Barber Trophy. It's awarded to the Perf C skipper who beat the most competitors during the regular racing season. Albeit we didn't have a regular racing season, we did the best we could. This award, well-deserved, goes to Julianne and Paul Wash, Cheeky Monkey. Now we move on to the Baker Bowl. It's awarded to the Flying Scot skipper with the highest standing in sanctioned races and intra-club races. New club member Britt Drake is a recipient of this award. The next is the Knott Memorial Trophy. It's awarded to the skipper of the Flying Scot finishing the greatest number of sanctioned and non-sanctioned FBYC sponsored Flying Scot events during the calendar year. And this award goes to Phil Webb. Next is the Hicks Trophy. This trophy is awarded to the winner of the Fishing Bay Yacht Club One Design long distance race and was won by John and Sharon Wake. Moving on, we go to the Patrick A. Gibson Memorial Trophy. It was established in 1973 to recognize the One Design class with the best participation as a percentage of its fleet size in Fishing Bay Yacht Club sanctioned races. This year's fleet is again the Flying Scot fleet, and I would like to ask Ron Jenkins, fleet captain, to accept this award. Thank you, Ron. Next is the Blanton Bowl. It was presented to the club in 1951 by Mr. R.E.B. Blanton. Today, it is awarded to the laser skipper with the highest standing in sanctioned regattas and intra-club races. This year's winner was consistently the top sailor in the Laser Series races that he attended. The winner of the 2020 Blanton Bowl is again new member Britt Drake. I'll now move on to the Wayland Rennie Cruising Award. In 1997, this award was first presented to its namesake to annually honor a member's support of the cruising division. This year's winner is Nancy Powell, and now I'll tell you why. Nancy's cumulative contributions to the division have been continuous, consistent, and compelling her entire 4-year service to the division as lieutenant commander and commander. More recently, during difficult times, she has, behind the scenes, diligently encouraged and assisted her cruise chairs to provide photos and narratives explaining all of their activities, often teaching them how to do it, and sometimes providing a compelling level of encouragement that became a catalyst for better participation and the appearance of many new faces. Although this description of her contributions follows the usual model for cruising division leadership, Nancy definitely kicked it up to a new level. Congratulations, Nancy. Now we'll move on to the competition trophy. Since 1981, this was presented to the skipper or skippers who most successfully represented Fishing Bay at racing events conducted by others, taking into consideration the character of the events, the quality of the competition, and the performance of the recipient. This year's recipient is in his first year as a member of Fishing Bay Yacht Club after having been a frequent visitor to our club. He's been a champion for laser sailing on the southern part of the Chesapeake Bay, at Fishing Bay and beyond, and resurrected Fleet 12 in the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area and helped brought them to the ILCA ACCs, brought that to Norfolk this year, and the ILCA Nationals to Norfolk coming up next year. He's also a past champion of the Chesapeake Bay Laser Master Regatta, having won it in 1984. This year, the recipient not only competed in FBYC's Laser Series and Annual Regatta, he also represented our club at the ILCA District 11 Championship in Annapolis, the ILCA Atlantic Coast Championship, and other events at BBSA, Norfolk Yacht and Country Club, ODU. I'm pleased to present the competition trophy to Britt Drake. So now we're going to move on to the Offshore Division Championship Trophy. It's been awarded annually since 1980, and it goes to the skipper who accumulates the best point score during the regular racing season. We haven't had a regular racing season, but we definitely got a lot of racing in. This year's winner would be the first to say that his success is a result of an awesome crew and an outstanding preparation. Please join me in congratulating Bob Fleck on Mad Hatter. We now move on to the Alan B. Fine Trophy. It was established in 1985, and it was designed to recognize the importance of good crew members to every skipper. This year's winner believes that good sails and a clean bottom are essential for success on the race course, as natural talent, polished skills, and planning and tactics. But without a skilled, loyal crew, all of the aforementioned items will not bring success. For a long time, Waylon Rennie and Trilogy have been blessed with some exceptionally loyal, dependable, and consistent crew members. Currently, his crew includes Craig Pittman, 25 years on board, Susan Harris, 25 years on board, Randy Alley, 22 years, Steve Morris, 12 years, Ellie Daub, 12 years, Sandy Clark, 10 years, Michael Benz, 6 years, Matt Micka, 6 years, Roy Mascaro, 5 years, Gwen Davis, 4 years, and last but most certainly not least, Robin Gilbert, 3 years. These crew members all do more than just show up and give their all when they're sailing. These crew members have assisted at one time or another on numerous occasions with boat preparation, winter maintenance, repair projects, chipping, sanding, painting, scraping, all on the boat, as well as chauffeuring the skipper to and from the boatyard and club. Each and every one of the above named crew members are worthy of being called outstanding and valuable. And they would not have been able to continue the enjoyment of their skipper and his passion for sailing without their input and their contributions. But the Alan B. Fine Trophy is designated in its deed for recognition of an individual crew member. For over 20 years, one gentleman took a leadership position within the crew. He organized, he planned, made sure everyone was where they were supposed to be, when they were supposed to be, and essentially just made everything happen. This one gentleman kept everyone else on Trilogy organized and focused, and truly made things happen to keep Trilogy an active participant and always out on the race course. For over 20 years, he's been the cream of the crop, top of the heap, and for this reason, we proudly award the 2020 Alan B. Fine Trophy to Randy Alley. I'm going to move forward to the Clenard Cup. This one was established in 2015 and was donated by former Commodore Noel Clenard, Fishing Bay's first J-70 owner and the founder of the first fleet captain of the J-70 fleet, named Fleet Number 5. It's awarded to a Fishing Bay Yacht Club J-70 yacht, both for participation and performance in Fishing Bay Yacht Club events and J-70 class travel events. With active participation and outstanding results, the 2020 Clenard Cup is awarded to Mike Karn and his boat, Inconceivable. And now I'll turn the podium back over to Tracy to present this year's special sailing awards.
Thanks very much, Elizabeth, and congratulations to the One Design Offshore and Cruising Award winners. It's now my privilege to present the 4 remaining awards that we have this year. The Hubert Trophy, the Annual Race Committee Trophy, the Commodore's Bowl, and the highest honor Fishing Bay Yacht Club Awards, the Matthew Fontaine Maury Bowl. And finally, the most notorious award, the Piankatank Trophy. To win these awards, the recipients must have been nominated by their peers and then approved by the Trophy Committee. The Hubert Trophy was presented by Commodore Happy Hubert and longtime Junior Activities Chair, Kinsey Hubert. This trophy is to be awarded to the outstanding woman sailor for dedication, participation, performance, and sportsmanship in sailing. This year's recipient has crewed on Lou Thatcher's Catalina 320, Catitude, for several years now. She's a graduate of the FBYC crew training program, and right from the start, she was fearless and tried everything Lou asked her to do. Lou recruited her right away to be a regular crew member. She learned very quickly and rose to work the pit. She knows how to work together, pay attention to the situation, and anticipate next moves. She has been an integral part of Lou's doing well in Catitude in recent years. She has sailed the Club Scots in several races and is a fierce competitor. I'm pleased to present the 2020 Hubert Trophy to Louise Moore. The Annual Race Committee Trophy is awarded to the Fishing Bay member who has made the year's greatest contribution to race committee work. This year's recipient has been a dedicated club member for many years. He's also a past Commodore of the club and has a record of quiet, competent contribution to everything that goes on at Fishing Bay. He and his family members have ensured that FBYC One Design races have been able to run safely and effectively by stepping in, sometimes at the last minute, to fill running a mark boat, to stepping in to handle offshore race committee work as well. Please join me in congratulating David Hinkle, recipient of this year's race committee trophy. The Commodore's Bowl was presented in 1949 by the Commodores of the Yacht Club, who held office from its organization in 1938 to 1949. The award is made annually to the outstanding skipper in Fishing Bay Yacht Club sponsored sailing events for the year, based on performance and participation. The Commodore's Bowl is awarded on an alternating basis to the offshore and One Design divisions, starting in 1976 with the One Design division. This year, it's being awarded to a One Design skipper. Not only must this recipient score very well, but must also show up at most or all Fishing Bay Yacht Club sponsored races within the season. Please join me in congratulating John Wake as recipient of the 2020 Commodore's Bowl. The Matthew Fontaine Maury Bowl is the highest honor awarded by Fishing Bay Yacht Club. The bowl is to be awarded by the Board of Trustees to a member that has shown outstanding contributions to the club. Matthew Maury is known as a great sailor, soldier, and physics professor. This year's nominee has followed in Maury's tradition of helping educate and instill a love of sailing in our juniors. Planning for FBYC junior race teams and junior week begins in January of each year. As usual, Jason and Catherine Angus had no idea what lay ahead for them when March arrived. COVID was changing everything. Untold hours of meetings, research, planning, scrapping plans, scrapping a new plan to come up with another plan went into the success that the junior race team had this year. Teams all over the Chesapeake Bay were canceling camps and race programs, but Jason and Catherine were determined to put together a safe and fun sailing season. They participated in meetings daily with various planning and safety entities and our flag officers. And all the signs pointed to this season being very difficult, if not impossible. Jason and Catherine quickly learned that we would be fortunate if we could even get one of our international coaches to provide the services we had planned. Not to worry, Jason brought in a variety of pro coaches for clinics to take some of the pressure off. And our head coach, Alex Zimmerman, did a great job in taking Jason's lead. He filled in with several homegrown college-age coaches and made the season a success. Programs all over the area were watching our junior program to see if we would succeed or fail. And we succeeded. Jason and Catherine's extreme sense of devotion to the juniors sailing program at Fishing Bay enabled our teams to have a wonderful summer when most families were facing cancellations of all activities. In fact, some of our sailors think it was an even better race team summer than ever before. At this time, I'd like to recognize Jason and Catherine Angus as this year's recipient of the Matthew Fontaine Maury Bowl. And I'd like to add one other thing about Jason and Catherine's efforts. Many of the safeguards implemented by our juniors served as a model for many of our other programs and activities. And we really appreciate their leadership and dedication to Fishing Bay. The final award for this evening is one of our oldest, yet surely not most coveted awards, the Piankatank Trophy. This trophy is awarded to the club member whose actions during the sailing season best exemplify the principle that all is not lost until the boat sinks. Thank you, Joe. That's not to say that the recipient lacks the requisite boat handling skills to stay out of trouble most of the time. The names of some of our most experienced and accomplished sailors embellish the rocking chair that represents, that's awarded to our Piankatank recipient. And this year's winner is no different. We start this adventure considering an old proverb: to begin is easy, to persist is art. Or maybe, to quote from Winston Churchill, never, 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 never give up. This is an adventure where starting was easy. You buy a boat. But by the end, it developed a true artist. You will need to decide which is the better fit. The boat was purchased with the ICW compliant mast that the owner had planned. And the proposed cruise to Hilton Head Island for the purpose of wintering in the South was initially postponed due to the impending birth of a granddaughter. The following year, the same cruise had been timed so as not to miss the granddaughter's first birthday. And for months and months, the captain studied all the charts and guides known to him, the perils of the passage under and through the bridges, as well as motoring through skinny waters where there were always some difficulties to encounter. The limitations of air draft, a 62-foot, 8-inch mast, a keel of 5 feet, 8 inches were carefully considered and were also well known to him. The fixed VHF antenna was replaced with a flexible whip antenna, 3 feet atop the mast in preparation for the October voyage down the Atlantic Intercoastal Waterway. The captain and his first mate quickly realized this adventure down the ICW was significantly more technical and challenging than a passage through the C&D Canal. Tide, current, wind, shoaling, swift inlets, and large power boats added to the challenge and excitement. Other than the extreme conditions of Albemarle Sound and the 2-hour, 45-minute delay due to wind at Alligator Swing Bridge, all was going well, and the new challenges were met with confidence until Morehead City. When entering the narrow and swift channel to the evening's marina, a small craft and a large craft blocked the sighting of a critical red. Towboat US was helpful extracting the vessel, but immediately the current took the stern within touching distance of the 100-foot mega yacht sitting at the dock. The situation described by the first mate as a whirligig was over only after the current nearly slammed the vessel into the same 100-foot yacht. Broadside. Contact averted, vessel docked, adult beverage provided, but alas, relaxation was not in hand due to the diesel fumes, sport fisher blue lights, and dock music. The otherwise beautiful evening was spent in the salon. The voyage goes on. The mast camera was quite helpful, but in reality, the assurance of bridge clearance was basically unknown until right at each fixed bridge. The captain had the boat in neutral and ready to throw into reverse if necessary. At one bridge approach, the first mate asked, "How are we looking for this bridge?" Silence from the captain. Again, "How are we looking?" Finally, the captain whispers, "It's a developing story." Each of the following days required constant and total concentration. The competition between the waterway and the physics of a 62-foot, 8-inch mast plus a 3-foot flexible antenna coupled with a nearly 6-foot keel was unrelenting. Other exciting events including a soft bump at Lockwood's Folly Inlet, the flexible antenna flapping each girder of most of the fixed bridges, and the timing of a pre-dawn bridge opening. That last event took the greatest toll on the crew. In summary, there were 53 bridges between Norfolk and Charleston, 33 fixed, 11 swing, 4 bascule, 4 lift, and 1 lock. Along the journey, there were more positives than negatives, and the mission was accomplished. No harm to the boat, and experience and wisdom were gained. The Intracoastal Waterway. is beautiful and challenging, but this crew will likely take the outside route in the spring and will soon be seeking crew to join in. It took a week to fully relax once in Hilton Head Island. The prior known truth: avoid a time schedule, in this case, a granddaughter's first birthday, a new awareness, and bottom line, just because you can do something does not mean you should. For his perseverance in overcoming the limitations and boundaries of the ICW versus the height and depth of his vessel, I bestow this year's Pianka Tank Award on Christopher Lindblom, captain of Bolero. This concludes our 2020 awards ceremony. Thank you very much for attending our ceremony, and congratulations to all the winners. And I'd like to offer special thanks to past Commodore Paul Wash for helping with the recording of this program. A prepared slideshow is available on the FBYC website, and the recording of this ceremony will be added in. Thank you.